This is going to be a large Christmas ornament, and it's going to be a little bit different than your regular ornaments. It's going to be a table stand up type ornament. Now, as you see it here, this is the pattern for it, and you can get this pattern for free. If you look down below, you'll see a link to the web page where you can download this pattern from. And what we're going to do, first of all, is take this pattern and put some stickiness on the other side. I usually use a glue stick, and when we get the glue stick, we're going to attach it to this 1/4-inch board. This is birch ply, and we're going to put it down there and glue it down, and then using the scroll saw, we're going to cut out all of the interior sections. Okay? Now, we could, if we wanted to leave it just as a skeletal type ornament, which would work, we could then cut around the outside, put a base on it, stand it up, and we're all done. But I want to try something a little bit different here, so we're going to experiment with this. I haven't done one of these before, but we'll see how it comes out. You're along for the ride with me. I'm going to take this ornament, and then I'm going to make a special backing board out of slats from different colors of wood, and they're going to be horizontally placed behind this. And once I got the board made up, and I'll show you how we're going to do this as we go along, I'll then attach it to the back of the part that I've already cut out. The exterior will not have been cut yet. And then after that glues down, I'm going to go around and cut the exterior out. The backboard and this piece will be together so that they'll be nicely lined up. And then we'll put some finish on it, and it should be an interesting looking little ornament. We're going to have to attach a base to it, of course, too. Okay, so let's take this over to the scroll saw and cut that interior out. Okay, we're over at the bench here. We're going to work on the backboard for this ornament. And what I've done is cut a bunch of sticks from various pieces of scrap wood that I had, all different colors. And what I'm going to do is glue these to the backboard. And I've already done the first one here, and I've got it clamped down for the moment. I can take those clamps off now, probably. Okay, now that's glued down already onto the board. Now what I want to do next is make our lattice work here, which is going to be the back of the ornament itself. And I'm just going to randomly choose the pieces that I want to use. And we're going to have a space in between each strip that goes across. So once you got the first one or two of these down, it's relatively easy to get it spaced out nicely throughout. So what I'd like to do now is just take our board here and put it on top. And I'll take a nice heavy weight like this here and put it on top also. And we'll just let this glue dry. And in the meantime, we'll go over and cut up our pattern. Okay, we've got our pattern ready to cut out. Now remember, we're going to cut out the inside for the time being. I'm using a number 5 reverse blade, and we'll just put this on here and get to work. This is thin enough wood. It's 1/4 inch birch ply, so if you want to, you can stack cut these and speed up the process. I'm going to cut this out now, but I'm going to try to keep my hand out of the way. Sometimes it does get in the way, though. I got to warn you. Okay, got one section done. Alright, now we're finished with this part. Get that out of there. We'll stand it up. Back off the tractor here. And you can see we got our nice little Noel centerpiece done. Alright, the rest of this is going to be relatively easy. We just got to go and trim down our backing board, and then attach this with some glue. So let's go on to the next step here. Okay, over here again with the backboard, and these have all dried very nicely on here and attached to that back piece that I've got. So what I was going to do is trim these off, but I'm thinking, why even waste time doing that? You don't need to. I'm going to just attach the front piece here, and then I'll just take it to the scroll saw and cut all around that. Ought to be an interesting way of cutting. What I did was I took the back of the Noel piece and sopped it up pretty good with some wood glue. And we're going to just take that and put it down here. We'll line this bottom piece up with the bottom board as close as possible, and the edges as close as possible as well. We'll put that down, and now we're going to let that sit there for a little while and put our dead weight on it again. And we'll come back later and we'll take this and we'll cut out the framework, and we'll have our piece almost done. Okay, we've got this Noel glued down pretty good to the grating backboard, and what we're going to do now is take this over to the scroll saw and cut it out just as it is. I'm not even going to trim the sides. I think we should be able to cut that out without too much difficulty. Okay, so let's go to the scroll saw and do that now. Okay, we're at the scroll saw now, and we're going to cut this out. We don't need to put any entry holes in or anything. We'll just start cutting. We're going around the exterior here, and we'll see what this thing looks like when it's done. Number 5 blade again. Okay, cutting is all done. Let's see what we've got here. Looks like we had a couple of accidents along the way here. There's the whole piece cut out. Throw that away. And we stand this up. Actually, we didn't have any accidents. It was those pieces that just came off the end. Alright, not bad. Now, what we've got to do is cut the bottom of the base off too, though, to make it look nice and even there. Shouldn't be a problem. We do that on the chop saw, actually. Stand that up just for now so you can get a better look at it. Back this off. Okay, beginning to look pretty good, actually. Let's go take that little piece off the bottom and we'll finish this up a little bit. Okay, I decided to take that bottom off with the disc sander instead. Went along rather smoothly. Just peel this paper off. Paper and tape, I should say. Coming off pretty good. Okay, that looks pretty good. We'll do is take our blower here and blow off some of this dust. There we go. That looks pretty good. Now I made this little base for it. Just took a piece of purple heart and I'm going to glue that right on top of that. So it'll stand up nicely. And it sort of blends in with some of the woods on the inside too. And we'll give it a good finishing and it ought to look pretty good when we're all done. You can see the edges are a little bit strange, a little bit different kind of pattern, which is what we intended this to be in to begin with. Okay, so right now let's glue the bottom on and then I'm going to take it over and give it a nice little finish, a little bit of sanding on the front. And we'll see what this thing looks like when it's all done.